Sorry guys, I guess I accidentally stopped my video. Um, However, what I was saying is baby girl was being dropped on her head by whomever was holding her. This is Takia holding her. Mm, the devil in reverse. I want to look at the devil in reverse. I want to look at the devil in reverse. Eight of Swords, Strength in reverse, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Um, okay, let me tell you guys what I see. Okay, so what I see is a situation where this baby that was born um, in adulterous situation. Morris and Dee Dee had this child while Morris was in a relationship with Takia. And I don't know if Takia had been trying to get pregnant actively. However, Morris went out and had his firstborn child with someone else. And I think that it bothered Takia. Get over, she couldn't mentally get past the fact that someone else had given, someone else was able to give her husband something that she could not at the time. And so she pretended to care for this child. She pretended to nurture this child. But every time she would hold her, Justice in reverse and the Tower in reverse, she would intentionally drop this baby on her head. She would intentionally drop this baby. Just to clarify, just to make sure I'm right, Takia, were you intentionally dropping this baby on his head? I feel like I've been wanting to say that ever since I started this reading. I should probably stick with my gut, but I want to see it in the cards. Takia, were you intentionally dropping this baby? Jurayah, was Takia intentionally dropping you? Was she picking you up, holding you, and then letting you loose from her grasp? I'm just gonna. Temperance, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. Mm. Everything on the bottom of the deck says that everything on the bottom of the deck says that you never thought you would get caught. Judgment in reverse. You never thought your actions would be called to the carpet. You thought you'd get away with it because you're a nurse. Um, you thought that you could get away with it because you're a nurse, and you also thought you could get away with it until this emperor, which I believe the doctors said that these injuries had been inflicted over a period of time. I feel like you thought that what am I hearing? The doctor said that these injuries have been inflicted over a period of time and might have had assistance, might have not been accidental. You thought you could get away with it until the doctor said that these injuries had been inflicted over a period of time. Some kind of arguing and fighting. Somebody thinking that you helped had help covering up what you did once you found out that she died. Okay, so I want to say that either the night that Jurayah died or the night before, there was an incident where she had to go to the hospital or they were in a hospital or something. I'm not saying that because I just see it in the cards, even though I do, but I do know that that was reported that they were all at the hospital for something. Um, I believe it was something about an injury that happened to Jurayah, and you wanted people to think that you loved Jurayah. Help me out, Spirit. I'm not seeing so clearly what this is. But the doctor, okay, something about you wanting people to think you love Jurayah. The doctor saying something about these injuries had been happening over a period of time. And then something about you having help covering up what you did. When you called your mother, okay, Jurayah, or whomever is helping Jurayah, we already know that you were dropped on your head probably the night What? Something about y'all being at a hospital. Something about y'all being at a hospital. I don't know if this is before or after you passed away. Did Takia's mother know about what Takia had done? Did Takia's mother know about what she had done? Because I keep seeing the Three of Pentacles in here, which keeps reminding me that three people are aware of what happened and three people are together at pushing a certain narrative. Did Takia's mother know exactly what had happened that night, that specific night? Temperance. I feel like your mother acted as your guardian angel. I feel like you called her because you were panicked after you dropped her and you got the outcome that you wanted. I think it freaked you out a little bit. And you called your mother to ask her what you should do. And I think she helped you. She calmed you down. She guided you through it. She told you what to do to clean up the mess. And I don't think this is a literal mess. I think this is a circumstantial mess, helping her and guiding her into how to clean up the mess that she created in this situation. Let's look a little bit more into her mother being her guardian angel throughout this and helping her and guiding her, helping her clean up her mess. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The World in reverse. Five of Cups in reverse. Again, I see this Page of Pentacles in reverse. Every time I see it, every time I look at it, I look at you holding this baby, but it's upside down. So the baby is being dropped. Takia, you and your immature emotions, which is why it's a page in reverse. You're immature in your actions, you're immature in your emotions, holding this baby, dropping it. Moon in reverse, something coming to light. What's coming to light? Here it is, the Tower in reverse again. And this Two of Cups. What? Takia, was your mother there? Did your mother come there? Two of Cups. I feel like someone's secretly helping someone clean up. I don't know why I keep seeing or hearing clean up. I don't know what could have been at the house to allude to what really happened, but these people are with each other, and I'm looking into her mom helping her. Why do I feel like the mother had something physical? What is this? What is this? I'm not sure. Was her mom there on the scene when the paramedics got there? Don't call them until we figure out what to do. Don't call them until we figure out what to do. Yeah. Oh no. The mom was there. The mom, the husband, and Takia. Look at all these people. First of all, you got the emperor. This is the husband. You've got a wife, the empress. You've got Mama Takia here. You've got the Eight of Wands in reverse. No communication. Hold your motherfucking horses. Don't call anyone until I get there and we figure out what to do. They argue a little bit in the house as they all try to figure out a story to tell, a lie to tell. Don't call anyone until we figure out what to do. Don't call anyone until we figure out what to do. Don't call anyone until we figure out what to do. That's why she called her mother first. And I kind of believe that the mother either came over there to kind of help stage the scene and help them get their story together, or she directed them over the phone. But I feel in my spirit that she was there. I feel like she was there for some reason. I'm sorry that this reading is turning out to be super long, but because if you do, the police gonna take you to jail. What is this? Because if you do this, the police are gonna take you to jail. If you do what? If you do what? Tell them it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. If you guys are watching this, any of the people involved in this case, I can literally hear you and I can feel you in the tension in my third eye. Tell them that the baby fell and it was an accident. Y'all remember those words? Tell them that she fell and it was an accident. Tell them that she fell and it was an accident. Tell them that she fell and it was an accident. I keep saying it because I keep hearing it. Tell them that she fell and it was an accident. That's what you guys came up with. I think that okay, so it happened, and then now we have, and this is before the police are called, now we have Jurayah, we have Takia, her mother, and her husband together, and they are bickering. Bickering because the husband, I believe, Morris, was tripping. Tripping in the sense that his baby is in her crib dead, and the wife is freaking out because she's saying she fell, it was an accident, or she said, I accidentally dropped her. She's telling him, I accidentally dropped her. She's telling them, I accidentally dropped her. This just fell out. This is little Jurayah falling out on the ground. But because Jurayah was in her crib, there's no way she could have fell on her own. She was in her crib. See those bars on the crib? So the mother is there and she's trying to help them clean up their shit because there's no way that Takia can call the police with Morris tripping because he was tripping. Because he's like, what the fuck happened to my baby? And I believe that he confronted her and was just like, you know what I'm saying? The doctor said this, this, and this, and this, this, and this. And I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. In his heart of hearts, he knew. He probably knew once that happened. And then he started thinking about how the doctor said that it had been happening over a period of time. And then his wife came up and was just like, oh no, Jurayah always falls and all of this stuff. And the daddy's just like, you know, he's not saying anything, but he's thinking like, why is she always falling with you? And she's never falling when I'm around. I feel like he's just like, you sitting here saying, I think he was kind of blindsided. At some point, they were at the hospital after Jurayah got an injury, and the doctor is explaining these injuries that he found have happened over a period of time, and nobody can attest to them. And then Takia's just like, oh no, she falls all the time when she's with me. She's always falling and she's always tripping over things. But her husband is thinking silently to himself. He's not saying this out loud, but he's thinking like, why the fuck is she always falling with you when I'm around? She's never falling. She's never tripping over things when I'm around. Why does this always happen when I'm not around and she's just with you? But he didn't say anything. But now that the baby is dead and that his wife is in here saying, I don't know what happened. She was crying. I came in here to check on her and then she fell. Like I accidentally dropped her when I went to pick her up. And then now he's arguing. Now he's just like, you know, the fuck is you doing this? You know, are you intentionally doing this? And now she's crying and dramatic. And no, I love her. Da, 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 I would never do anything to hurt her. And the mama is there and she's like, listen, this is what we got to do. It don't matter how it happened. This is what we're going to do. We're going to tell everybody that the baby fell and this was an accident and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay. All right. All right. Five of Pentacles. And I feel like he wanted to leave then, but he could not, and he doesn't know why. Um, this Five of Pentacles gives me a real sad and pathetic state of being. Helpless. Absolutely helpless. He can't make a move. He can't do anything. And he has no idea why he can't leave. Having kids and being a happy family. It's like, even after all of this, no willpower, no ability to do what he wants to do. Doesn't have the ability. Can't leave. He's stuck. Look, y'all. There's nothing he can do. He can't leave, even though he wants to. He's stuck. He doesn't even have feelings for her anymore. But he can't leave. He's stuck. He's stuck, and he doesn't even know why. He doesn't know why. But the biggest cup in this card is the one of the person that's hidden under a shroud. Look at this dragon here. Like it's ready to pounce on him. She had work done on him. He can't leave. What just flew out of my head? This is either his wife or his wife's mother had work done on him. Ooh. He will never leave me. Spiritual help. Keeping him from leaving her. 9 of Pentacles in reverse is a card of codependency. He's not going anywhere because he was manipulated. And it's just like he can't get out. He can't have victory in this situation. He's stuck. They bound him. Down there in Mississippi, they bound him good. But my problem with this is that whoever did that work, they didn't do enough to ensure that no harm came. It's a way that you can bind someone, but you set the terms and the conditions of that binding. However, whoever they went to, I don't know. They're what's this Empress in reverse? Is this Takia or her mother? I don't know why her mother's energy is so much in this reading. And I kind of do, like I said in the opening of the reading, generational curses, because I feel like her mom did something similar. This is bad root work. This is bad root work. And your husband Morris does not want to be with you, and you know he doesn't, but he's stuck. It's so interesting though, because you guys to this day are putting up a united front as the happy family when your husband is a prisoner in this marriage, and he's a prisoner knowing what you did to his baby, and he can't leave, and he doesn't even know why he can't. Um, and this is so unfortunate that this innocent child, this innocent child was killed as a result of someone's desperation to have their ideal family, their ideal marriage, and willing to go through any means necessary to get it and to keep it with this person. Got some mail, guys. Hold on. Alright, guys. Sorry I could have paused it, but I'm recording on my computer, so if I pause it, I believe it's just going to end the video. I don't know. No, it wouldn't have ended the video. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Oh, well. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this up because it's been about an hour and 20 minutes with the two videos combined. So, Justice for Jurayah, by the way. Like, this whole reading has been about, she just got lost in the sauce of these grown people's relationship drama, as I feel like her death has as well. Because even on social media, with all the back and forth between the Beverly family and Jurayah's family, her mother Dee Dee, and all of her family, it seems like all of the bickering, within all of the bickering, the focus has been taken away from this innocent child. And at the end of the day, that was always Takia's intention, for the attention and focus to be taken away from this child. However, with her being the firstborn of Morris, there was no way that was happening. She was his firstborn, and firstborns usually do garner the most attention. And I think that she wanted nothing more than for the attention to be back on her. I believe that she continued to try to get pregnant even more after Jurayah was born. I know that they have 2 kids now. I don't know if those kids came before or after Jurayah. I believe that one of them came after Jurayah was born. And that also caused her to want even more to get Jurayah out of the picture, because now she has Morris's child, and now it's just like, this is the way it was supposed to be. So now I just got to get rid of the one variable that was not counted into my future picture. So steadily and surely, as I pulled the 8 of Pentacles, step by step, she built and worked towards her end goal, which was Jurayah's death. And I believe that step by step was her dropping that baby over a period of time and saying that she was falling. So I'm going to ask for a final message from Jurayah from this situation, anything that needs to be said, and then I'm actually going to pull an oracle card to close it out. Morris, you're in a Get Out situation, the movie Get Out. You're in one of those situations. If you're listening to this video, if you watch this video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The fact that you have no idea why you can't leave. You know now why you can't leave. You know now. Sometimes you lay in bed and you just think about this shit of a situation that you're in and how you got here and how you can't seem to get yourself out of it because you're in too deep. And you're just like, I don't want. Like sometimes I feel like you look over at her or you think about Takia and I feel like you might secretly despise her. However, you can't do anything but put on a united front with her because you have been bound. You've been bound. Get you somebody to try to help get that shit off of you. And the damage is done now because you're tied up in a legal situation due to the death of your firstborn daughter that you weren't even man enough to stand up for. Like, even though you are bound and rooted, you still know right from wrong. You haven't completely lost your mind. And every time you thought about doing the right things, something stops you. Part of that is your own weakness as a man. The other part is the root work. I would like a final word, a final message, a final thought, something on behalf of Jurayah. Will Takia be found guilty again when she goes back to trial in May? Will she be found guilty again? I'm looking for a specific card in here. I'm looking to see if the Justice card is in here upright or in reversed anywhere. Where is it? In reverse. Before I answer this question, I want to clarify this card. Before I say what I believe it to mean. The issue with you getting away with it this time, the second time around, is that now everything is out in the open. Everything is out in the open. All the evidence has been presented before. Everybody kind of knows the story that the prosecution has because it's been tried before. But I want to know if she is going to go back to prison. You're going to go back to prison. The judge is going to sentence you back to prison. I'll go so far as to say that um, I think that there was some work done to get you out too. I think that your mother is in very good with the root lady. Um, um, Ape's force. Let me see. Sorry, guys, just give me a second. Whose family is going to be happy with the verdict? Whose family? Going to give. They want. Uh, I'm sorry, you guys. Give me a second. Okay. They're going to sentence you to go back to jail. Um, because everything that needed to come out came out in the first trial. And it's not like there was any new evidence that was collected that proves that you didn't do it. You got out on a technicality on the physical realm and due to some root work done on the spiritual realm. However, you're going to get the same outcome. You're going to get the same outcome to Kia Beverly as you did the first time you were sentenced. I'm not sure why I'm going to pull one more card, but I am. And then I'm going to pull my oracles, and then I'm going to get out of here. This is a 2 damn hour video. But since I haven't done one in a long time, I guess this is making up for it, right? One more card, Jurayah. One more card. I don't even know what to ask, but just one more card from the spirits about this case that needs to be heard. Anything that needs to be heard, anything that needs to come out and be known. Here is your chance to speak. All right. Jurayah is all right. And so you guys know that every time, if you go back and watch any of my channel readings where I deal with spirits or people that have already passed over, I always say that the judgment card comes out prominently in the reading. There are about 72 cards in the tarot, so every card is not going to come out as a prominent card, meaning a first flip or a bottom card for me. But here we have an angel. Look what's on the bottom. My good old judgment card. I get it every time I'm speaking to the dead. Every time the dead are present, I pull it. There's an angel here too. Temperance card. It's a card of patience. It's a card of healing. It's a card of guidance and guardianship from above. It's harmony and balance. It's peace. And I feel like this is Jurayah. It's just Jurayah making her presence known in this reading and in this case. There is someone that is with Jurayah that is fighting on her behalf. She has help. She has help. Even on the other side, she has help fighting for herself. And whoever this is, there is strong energy, which is why this case has garnered so much attention and so much high intensive energy from both sides. But if there is root work, and there's a lot of root work wrapped up in this case, then there are spirits involved, and they are honestly on the side of Jurayah. Even the spirits that were used, even the spirits that were used to manipulate energies within the circumstances around Jurayah, even they have her best interest at heart, which is why, Takia, you won't be successful in your endeavors. You're going to go back to prison. Because in all of this, in all of the mess and the drama surrounding the involved adults, there is an innocent child whose life was taken as a result of messy ass people, messy ass adults. And she didn't deserve what happened to her, and she doesn't deserve how her memory has been dishonored by back and forth bickering and fighting, she got lost in the sauce in every aspect. The intention for her was to always be an afterthought. However, that couldn't happen in life, and it won't happen in death. there are spirits looking out for Jurayah. There is a spirit in particular that is looking out for Jurayah in all of this. On the bottom of the deck again, whatever attempts there are to evade being held accountable won't work. Won't work. They won't be successful. Okay. All right. Enough with the tarot. I'm going to pull an oracle and then I'm out. I just want to say before I go, thank you guys for watching this video. Everything that I just said is alleged until said person is found guilty again. However, I stand by what I saw. It's all alleged until proven otherwise in the court of law. I have no personal knowledge or insight into the dealings between any of the parties involved. All I can do is listen to my spirit, listen to my intuition, and read cards. I was not there, so I'm not speaking from firsthand knowledge, but I do stand by what I said and what I saw. That Takia Beverly was dropping Jurayah. She would pick her up, hold her, and drop her. She would knock her over. And I believe that the night that Jurayah died, she was in her crib crying. Takia got up, picked her up, and dropped her. And that was it. That was the last. That was a straw that broke the camel's back. She passed. I think the intention was for her to inflict these injuries, and then I think she thought that Jurayah would end up passing away in the care of her mother. However, it backfired because she passed away when she was still in her care. But the intention was for her to inflict these wounds on her, send her home, and then eventually Jurayah would pass away in the care of her mother. And that's why she panicked the night that she died, because she didn't think she was going to die that night. She called her mother first to figure out what the fuck she was gonna do. She knew she would die eventually. She just thought that it would be with her mother, in her mother's care. The intention was not for this to blow up, and it was not for her to get caught. It was for her to continue to be assumed as the loving and dutiful wife and stepmother who accepted her husband's bastard baby into her home and into her family and treated her just like one of her own. What an unfortunate accident that she passed away due to negligence on her mother's part. When in reality, every single chance she got, she was dropping that baby, sending her home, and hoping that the day Jurayah died, it would be in her mother's care. She called her mother, and her mother helped her figure out what to do, and she regulated the scene over there because Morris was having a fit and Takia was having a fit. Hmm. All right, Oracle cards. Let's see what we got. You are good enough. Believe in the impossible. What's on the bottom? Expect powerful change. Don't let pride get in your way. Conclusions are within reach. Surrender to the divine. Okay. With these oracle cards, you are good enough and believe in the impossible. First of all, Takia, Takia, you are good enough. This was the first card that I pulled, and had you believed this about yourself in the first place, none of this would have happened. This is what you needed to believe about yourself. Believe the impossible. First two cards out, you are good enough and believe in the impossible. This is what you needed to believe about yourself before you initiated the circumstances that led you to the results that you're in now. Because you didn't believe in your own self. You didn't have the self-esteem that you needed in order to make better decisions. Anybody who finds out that their man is dogging them out the way your man was dogging you out, and instead of making a healthy decision for themselves, because something tells me the thought came in your mind to leave. You thought about it. You did think for a second, I deserve better than this. Only for a second, though. Because your true nature that you inherited from your mother undermined that and told you, no, this is my man. This is my dream. This is my dream come true. He is the one for me. He's mine. You loved him more than you loved yourself. So you went through a lot of lengths in order to keep this man. Don't let pride get in your way and expect powerful change. Too bad you didn't know to heed this advice until it was too late, because you did let your pride get in your way. And what happened? Powerful changes. Now look at you. Had you not let your pride get in the way, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in. And had you believed in yourself and believed that you really were good enough, worthy enough to have better for yourself, someone who might treat you better, then you wouldn't be in this situation. So if you're watching this before, before your impending trial, second trial, you don't seem like the type of woman who has aha moments of self-awareness and thinks, damn, I fucked up. I could have believed in myself more. I should have believed in myself more. I should have You seem like a very prideful person, like that card said, and your pride won't even let you humble yourself. And that is your downfall. And you get it from your mother. And that was her downfall, because the sins of the parents sometimes fall into their children. And your mother had the same issue. And maybe you were too young to understand the circumstances surround your mother and her circumstances, so you weren't able to quantify the lesson or understand the bigger picture of your mother's situation. All you saw was what you saw from your limited perspective as a child. And whatever teaching she instilled in you, she taught you wrong. Your mother taught you wrong. She showed you wrong. And she's a big part of why you're in this situation. She's a big part of why you have the self-esteem of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Non-existent. Because so was hers. She went through some of the similar lengths in order to keep or to manipulate a man in her life. And she lost children because of it. You repeated the same thing. It wasn't your biological child, but you're going to go to prison and you're going to lose your biological children. I believe that 2 of your mother's children passed. I'm not sure for a fact. 2 of your mother's children passed. And when you go back to prison, you will not be able to raise your 2 children as well. That is generational curse for you. And I would say that I pity you, but I don't, because we all have choices. We all have generational trauma, and we can choose to break it, or we can choose to be ignorant of the fact. And I think that you chose to be ignorant of some of the red flags that you saw in your own behavior and that you saw in your husband's behavior because of your pride, because of the ideal image that you had of yourself and your marriage and your family. And it won't allow you to humble yourself and acknowledge what you did. And that's why you deserve to be locked up, because your pride won't even let you take a moment within yourself. You know what you did, but even within yourself, your pride won't allow you to feel responsible for it. You won't allow yourself to feel responsible for it. You feel justified in it. You're not right up here. You're not right in here emotionally. And may Jurayah Smith get the justice that she deserves. Bye, guys.